Hey yo, it's me and the bro, man. We just talking, coolin'. We gonna call this I think that's what's up.
Because there's two of us, right? But the I emphasizes that there's two people.
Is this the song? I think it is.
Hey, safety.
It's the best song on J Cole's album. They playing the new J Cole, man.
Arguably
Come
the best.
on.
Hey,
Safety. Yeah, this. I think Cole might be. He's definitely the best rapper right now, based on this
tape.
album.
Definitely, this is the best
Yeah.
probably hip hop album I've heard in the past 3 years.
And
or so.
even the thing of him dropping out of the Drake and Kendrick beef being something that would have like made people look down on him. If anything, I think after he's dropped this album, you can rationalize that he dropped out of it because he's just on a different type of level mentally,
because it's that good,
just as a person, also mentally, bro.
it feeds into whatever he's doing.
Because in terms of articulation,
Celebrity,
articulation, bro.
articulation, melodies, depth of perspective, ability to convey stories. It's brilliant, bro. When I was hearing this shit, I'm like,
I feel like standing
hip-hop,
up, bro. Yeah, this is
This is
it.
hip hop.
The last time I felt this like excited or like moved by an album and like wanting to
What
listen
was
to it
it?
every day
What was the
was
last
high
thing?
school, bro. I think it was high school, bro. Like Saba, Jaden,
Tyler,
Joey, Flatbush
Yeah, I used to
Zombies
love
in
Tyler,
high
bro.
school.
Yeah.
They gave this feeling that the new Cole is giving, man. This shit is, yo, don't sleep on that new Cole, players.
This is
Please.
hip hop, bro. You know, I had a thought, bro.
Say.
I had a thought. You know how at work they always like, I don't know, we have a lot of chats, but me being the nigga I am, I think I tend to say it's like hip hop it's a culture, bro. And
It
it's my
is.
culture. And then I had a thought, like, are you more Tswana or more hip hop? Like, of
That's a
course,
good question.
genetically, you're more Tswana lineage, blood wise, but like psychologically, is my personality more Tswana culturally, or am I actually culturally in the way I show up in the world more hip hop than Tswana? I think that's a weird question to ask.
It's a weird question.
Yeah, but you're not
Hip-hop-
trying to put hip hop above
and
Tswana.
Setswana, as in your ethnicity and hip hop, they exist on different planes of culture. It's not like the same
They're
thing.
not-
you know?
they're not
It's
warring
like
for the same
comparing
space.
It's like comparing mince a meat to like an apple.
Yeah, but
If we're gonna
In
make that
terms of-
comparison,
Yes.
if we're gonna make that
in terms
comparison,
of what animates your personality,
Yeah, yeah.
the way you move in the world, the way you speak, the way you walk, the way you talk,
if we're
the way
gonna
you
make that
dress,
comparison,
I think we're more hip hop.
yes,
We came up on hip hop. Also, because
came up on hip-hop.
your culture, like being Tswana, right? If you fully express that culture, it's in the way you dress, it's in the way you talk, it's in the way you move, like Omotswana. And now the way you dress, move, and talk, what is that? What is this? What is this? All of it. The swag,
it's hip hop,
the
bro.
walk, bro. I even saying like
The energy.
that's hip hop. That's why when people even say like, yo, hey, yo-yos, niggas, it's like, bro, I don't try to be like I am hip hop.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not trying to be cool.
Remember that freestyle
I'm
I
not
spat?
trying to be Americanized.
Remember that freestyle I spat
am hip hop.
once? About hip hop and its influence on my life. I put it out on
Which one?
on Instagram.
Say some
bro.
lines. Say some
And I
lines.
started it like that, like, yo, when I was young, people would call me le yo, le motherfucker. But this is why, and then I went into a whole breakdown of like,
I don't remember that.
nah,
Is it still on your thing?
Nah, it's told me that the world is mine and I believed it. Then I mentioned
The
all
one
the
we had
artists
the
and how
whole
they influenced
video
us.
with our pictures of us and shit.
Nah, that was a different one.
That was another one.
But it's another thing. It's a throwback. I'll post it sometime. But it spoke to that very same thing that like the influences of hip hop, bro.
Bro, the
Didn't you-
bravado, the swag, bro.
Didn't you want to be Lil Wayne in primary school?
Yes, but not just wanted to be Lil Wayne, bro. That was what we listened to. Like we actually listened to
and
hip hop growing
tried
up.
to understand
That's what our
it.
older
That was-
brothers always
That was the
played,
energy, bro. And like every day,
Rap genius, dog.
when we'd go to school and shit like that, part of why I felt like I was cool as fuck in my little world, and like the people who thought I'm not cool might not even be on my level.
They don't know.
It's like they don't know, bro. They're not listening to the Drought 3,
Hip-hop.
Lil Wayne, this mixtape that no one has. They don't know. They don't know Section 80. We're bumping Kendrick in grade 6, Section 80, bro.
And that's
And I knew
shout
niggas
out to
didn't
the
know
big
that
bro.
shit.
Shout out to
You
the
know what I
big
mean?
bro.
Shout out to the big bro.
But in bumping that, it wasn't trying. You weren't trying. Oh, hip hop is cool. Let me be on that hip hop shit.
it was deep.
It was what we had around us.
But it was resonant
Ah,
also, bro.
bro,
It was
it's
deep,
resonant.
bro.
Even now the way I move,
was
bro,
deep.
So I say I am hip hop, bro. Like, I'm hip hop, bro. It's a culture, bro. It's bigger than religion, hip hop.
That's Erica Badu, by the way. She
It's
said it
bigger
way back in the
than
early 2000s.
government. This one's here for Dilla hip hop. It's got that spooky sound. Make you feel like it's mystical, you know what I mean?
It's mystical. Oh man. What you sipping on there, player? Tequila. It's tequila and orange juice, man.
I just got my plain orange juice. You know tequila's the cleanest alcohol, you know that, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's the easiest on the body.
It has the least toxins, apparently, comparative to other alcohols. Because when you drink alcohol, your liver doesn't just
All good, thank you.
process. All good.
All good, thanks.
Rashab. Your liver's not just processing alcohol.
It's also processing the other toxins. Which is why, like I told you, like 2 months
When
ago,
you have the
I had
non-alcoholic
Heineken
beer.
Zero.
Yes.
Alone.
I woke up with
Wake
a
feeling
hangover.
like shit. That happened to me also, bro. When I wasn't sipping for a minute, and I sipped a lot of non-alcoholic beers, I woke up feeling like shit. Which tells you that there's other toxins. It's not just the alcohol. That's the most infuriating thing, bro. You make a conscious decision to not drink so you can wake up and be productive, and the next day you feel like
fucked up.
the same way you felt when you were drinking. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
They
Woke
play
up with
nice
a hangover
music,
after
yeah.
that.
They
I
do.
once came here with a. I came here like 3 months back with a baby after a comedy show.
Which
Came
comedy
here
show? Where did you go?
It was Momo Tebe's comedy show. Momo
Was
Tebe,
it like a
Loisa
Momo
Bola.
Tebe show?
I think it was Momo
right.
Tebe, Tet, Momo Tebe, Tet, and Celeste.
Where?
Here around Rosebank, bro. Dope as fuck, bro.
I'm Mo's my favorite guy.
Right there after span in the suit and shit like that, you know, and then came here after, got some pizza pipe.
What day was it?
Wednesday,
It was
Thursday.
a Wednesday. It was a Wednesday. They set up like this, like chilled also.
Few people, you know, easy. It's already mid-Feb, bro.
Hey, time flies, bro. What's the plan this year, bro?
I know your plan was one CFA. CFA is number one. I've
CFA
ticked that
level
off.
one?
I'm just waiting on the results. They say 19th of March. 19th of March. Hey, I'm waiting on those results.
Now the vision is,
But you know my
what?
other
Get
shit.
income.
And
Yeah.
then also I'm trying to establish
Your
my own sources of cash flow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if that works over the next 2 months, 3 months. If it doesn't work, then I go back to getting a job. You know what I mean? Get that stable income and then build off that.
And then on the side, still figure out how you're gonna do this thing for yourself eventually.
Over
As an
time.
individual, yeah.
Yeah, over time. That's the plan. But I don't want to put too much on the cam. You know what I mean? Basically, putting the pieces together within the strategy space.
Yeah, I feel you.
Strategy consulting. That's what a nigga does. You know what I mean?
It's
Have you engineering? You doing you there by the mines, but you went from head office. Now you're in the mines.
Yeah.
I think also last year my focus was because I was doing my PDBA, Gibbs
Postgraduate Diploma
Got
of Film
that,
Administration.
graduated. Shout
So
out
that
you,
had
Glenn.
to be secured. But now that I've secured that, there's more space in my reality. And, you know, went to the mines this year to start getting practical experience. So that's the
technical
focus.
competencies.
I'm on the
within
ground, bro.
Cambridge.
Technical and operational of the actual ground. Like, how does information move? How are the systems constructed so that, you know, also an interesting thing. Like I've said all the time, different people have different levels of knowledge. You have the operator, the count, the sound, who on the ground, who turns things, opens this, closes
Playing
this.
with the machines.
You
He
have the-
understands those machines.
Then you have the control room operator who coordinates the movement of
bit
the
more high
operators
level.
and is on the computer opening valves, checking the pHs and regulating the parameters of the whole plant. Then you have a process engineer who oversees
Looking at
the
all the
the
different
metrics
machines.
also now.
Everything.
You're looking at the metrics of like, okay, how much of this did we consume?
Yeah.
How much are we producing? And you're also looking at projects to say we can optimize this by making this better. And then you have the operations manager who now oversees all of that. Looks at the different projects people are doing, make sure safety requirements are met at the mine, etc., etc., etc. And then above that, from operations manager, now you go to head office, where you have your COO, CEO, and the commercial side and other stuff. But different people at different levels need to know different things, bro. The operator doesn't necessarily need to know what the process engineer
the
knows.
expertise at each level are kind of specialized to a certain extent.
Yes.
But the highest points,
I think the people who can move the most in technical fields are people who have a kind of balanced understanding,
Broad sweep.
of the high level strategic, how we're going to get capital, who we're going to sell to, and so on, and can work at that head office level, but also can, from first principles, understand what's happening technically.
So that your vision for what you do with the capital can practically align with what happens operationally.
Yeah, and if you don't have to have the full operational expertise if you have very good people that you can trust and communicate with them. But also the thing
But
is
I'm positioned to get that expertise.
but to be in control of what's happening and actually be able to use your intellect and understanding to drive the process, you need a certain level of operational understanding. So you can speak
Yes.
that language.
And you also,
That's
again,
what like
there's-
the Musks have.
There's different kinds of CEOs. You know what I mean? Again, a CEO fills in a role that he can fulfill, and then you employ other people to use their expertise for other things.
Yeah.
But in a company that's involved in manufacturing or like engineering industry, there's, I think, what I've seen, maybe 2 or 3 kinds of CEOs. There's an operational CEO, like Elon Musk.
He can be that, definitely.
There's a marketing-based CEO who does sales,
Business development.
who can
Get the money.
connect to markets.
Which is low-key the most important thing.
And then maybe the market CEO, you can group them with someone who understands finances.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like return on investment, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But I think there's those 2 things. There's who do you sell to and finances, and then there's operations.
Yeah.
Those are 2 different kinds of CEOs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if being a chemical engineer, I'm in a position where I can leverage an understanding of operations and then incorporate an understanding of markets and finance, and then be the CEO who can kind of see the whole vertical hierarchy in the
The
thing.
value chain. You see the whole value chain.
But the value chain in the company.
Yeah.
In the company.
Yeah.
So then there's also, let's say, issues with efficiencies. You can kind of be the guy who helps solve it.
Yeah.
That's also how, from Elon Musk's biography, that's how he solves a lot of problems. Like,
First principles.
he
talks
looks
to
at the
people.
bottlenecks, but he can see, like, our biggest problem is consumption of this material.
But then he can
Then he
solve
has
that
enough
because of his
understanding
technical expertise.
to not
Ask the
just
right questions.
delegate. He doesn't have to, like, delegate and be like, bro, solve the problem. But he can go down and, like, understand how to solve
What
the problem
materials are
himself.
we using here?
Which means he can't be shy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to 100% trust in people. Of course, you have to because you can't do everything. But you have the ability to actually objectively assess what this guy's doing.
Yeah.
So the vision is to, right now, build that operational base. And then you see the PDBAs building the strategic market analysis, business level analysis.
And you've also worked at a higher, close to head office-ish
Yeah.
level. So that synergy's there, man. The
And if you can integrate
strategic high level perspective, as well as the operational grounding.
Also, if you're not operationally based as like an executive or CEO, you can become somewhat detached from the operation itself,
Okay.
which is not a problem.
Yeah, but
that's its own kind of thing.
But that can also be a disadvantage because that's how.
But it
things
can
like,
be an advantage.
Yeah, it could be, but that's also how like costs can get out of control and stuff like that, and companies can fall apart.
That's why teams matter, where you need
The right people.
another executive who's operational,
Okay.
who you fully trust.
And I guess if you
know what I mean?
yeah, if you don't have the technical expertise, but you're someone who has the ability to attract the right talent and identify the right talent,
Yes.
then you can still piece it all together and make it work.
Yeah. But if you have the operational expertise, I think that it also allows you to, because you can be more involved in operations, that allows you to be more involved in creating a culture, bro. Where as the CEO, you can walk around the plant and understand what's going on. So you become more directly involved.
That's Musk.
That's Musk.
Musk.
Where
That's Musk.
the company is your, like, it's
Jobs
felt.
was also on that level to a certain extent, but he
Yes.
was more design focused.
Yes.
But he also understood enough
the
about
technical-
computers.
Yeah, he grew up building where you
his
could
own
talk the
computers
language.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
So he had a
He was
sufficient
at a-
understanding.
Yeah. He played in a nice position. Enough to understand so he can speak the language of the operators and kind of steer them in the right direction. But his main thing was design.
Vision.
Design.
Visionary design, aesthetics, simplicity, interface, and just pushing vision.
Even when I was listening to an interview of him at 28, when they were dropping Alice. Alice was
Alice.
Was it Alice, man? The one that was named after his daughter.
Lisa.
Named after his daughter. One of the things that he speaks about, it was like in 1985 when he's actually breaking down how the computer is going to become a household thing.
Before that was the thing. It was a
wasn't the thing,
paradigm. It was a new paradigm.
But something that he emphasizes is like there's this new household thing that's happening there's this new thing that's being developed that's going to be in everyone's household, and the people that are mainly focusing on it are like the geeks and the computer scientists. But we need designers, so you can actually have a beautiful thing in everyone's space,
Where the
and not just
interface-
another piece of technology.
But also the interface is understandable for the average person to use it.
yeah, and that's
So
where
that it becomes commonplace.
that's where Apple revolutionized design of like the look of the thing as the look of the thing itself, but also the graphical user interface.
yeah,
They're
where
one of the
it
first
can
to-
be used by a regular person. You don't have to be a coder
You don't have to like see
to
the
leverage
numbers.
the power of
You don't see the
computers.
numbers and like the letters on the screen and you have to code. You could actually just
Yeah.
engage with the thing with the mouse and stuff like that.
It was a madman. It took a madman to do that, man.
But Dell, when I was listening to a podcast about Dell, the founder of Dell.
Is it the Founders Podcast?
Yeah, the founders podcast. He's 10 years younger than Elon Musk. When Elon Musk was starting Apple in like Elon Musk's 20s, he was 10 years younger than
Steve
he was-
Jobs.
Steve Jobs, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He was 10 years younger in his teens, you know? And as he grew older and developed Dell, and Dell became one of the largest companies in his 20s, when he was in his 20s, he speaks about how when Apple was starting, he speaks about the idea that in the moment it's difficult for people to identify like revolutionary businesses and decision makers, and
to
like
see the
people don't
value.
always see that in the moment. And he says that when Apple was on the come up, the thing that was always in the headlines was Apple is struggling, bankruptcy, finances aren't working.
But you know that for
it's
Amazon,
not
they say
working.
for the
That was
first,
like the
I don't know how
constant
long,
thing.
for the first, I don't know if it was however many years, Amazon was unprofitable. I think doesn't have to work immediately.
It doesn't have to become profitable immediately, but for it to continue to sustain itself,
People have
while
to
it's
have
not
a vision.
profitable, it's vision. But there's different things. It could be Amazon as the network effect also, because it was clearly going to be something profitable because of the amount of people that were using the platform. And when you have the data and the people on the platform,
Becomes clear that eventually this thing,
yeah, whether I'm making money or not, if there's a million people on my platform using it all the time, bro,
that's equity. That thing can be,
it's-
that's value.
That's valuable.
That thing is valuable.
And I think Apple, their main thing, it wasn't necessarily like a network effect. What was it? It was the
It was a
integration of a
revolution.
system.
It was a revolution of computers becoming commonplace in the household.
Yes.
A paradigm shift of this thing not being something technical for technical people, but becoming a general household item.
Yeah, and then over time it becomes integrated with your other technology needs. So you have your computer, you have your iPod, which links to your computer and
your
through
phone.
which you can stream things and stuff like that. And also with
Apple
the iPod and the
Music.
streaming, you know, with iTunes, Steve Jobs, you've read the autobiography, he was at the forefront of like legitimizing streaming.
Yes.
Because when people had access to the internet and stuff like that, a lot of people were downloading music, but like there was no
and shit.
there was no feedback
Centralized
loop.
place.
There was no feedback loop to the artists so they can benefit and actually monitor how things are going. You know what I mean?
iTunes.
And
Boom.
iTunes was the first
Changed
like,
the game.
formalization of digital music. And then on top of that, you add the iPhone. It's an ecosystem. Yeah, you know, you
Yes.
have
And
your
then
MacBook, you have your iPhone.
And your iPod, and everything's integrated.
they don't really
you can
link to
get your
anything
music
else.
here, or get your music there.
Yeah.
But the reason he made it such a closed interface was so that it could be seamless within itself.
That was
Because
the
now
idea.
once you start allowing third parties, they can create things that are not clean. Like it's not seamless. It's jamming. It's not da 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 da. So he wanted to create a closed thing so that the user experience is
And he was
seamless.
obsessed with the user experience.
Yeah.
That when someone uses this thing, we want them to have this experience. That's also the Apple. That's also the iStore. Because it's like, why are we gonna put our computers in like a macro with all these other pop things, where some guy who doesn't
Aesthetic's
understand
not our aesthetic.
the Apple, the MacBook, and what it is gonna try and
Sell the
compare a
products.
MacBook to a fucking Windows thing. It's like, no, let's have our own clean space.
And you see, Windows, Microsoft had the opposite approach, where it's like we develop something that can be licensed out to various producers.
But that's why-
so you're not trying to keep a tight hold on exactly how the hardware and the software work together.
And for a
you're
long
just creating a
time-
licensed thing. But those were two different philosophies.
And apparently, at that time when Apple and Microsoft were coming up, that's part of the reason why also Microsoft is a lot bigger than Apple for a long time. But apparently, it was also kind of like at the early stages of computing, it was anti like the programmer's code. The
hackers
programmer's
didn't like
code
that. The programmers
was
didn't like
open
that.
source,
So that you can
we
connect
can
things.
all connect our stuff,
Put this together,
and
put
learn
this together.
from each other exactly, and build
Yes.
something doper. And Apple,
But that gives you less control to create
a seamless experience.
ecosystem of products.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what Jobs was concerned about. Creating a seamless ecosystem which needs you to have control.
I don't really give that. Damn it. Who you had to pay? Who you had to just to make it to the top? Damn it. Daddy money. No lad money. I don't know if they can hear the track on the audio, but this was Born Sinner. Was it on Born Sinner? This was also one of the ones in high school with Forbidden Fruit. Remember Forbidden Fruit? That played randomly on my playlist today, bro. With Kendrick Lamar.
Illuminati. Sounds a brag like ho. Born Sinner, the opposite of a winner.
Born Sinner was an immaculate.
Sometimes I brag like ho, sometimes I real like pop, sometimes I focus on the skills I got. Niggas famous on the internet, I'm really like hot. Later, he's a fake niggas get straight up slave facts, and I don't mean to disrespect whenever I say, okay. Don't be so.
I'm gonna get fucking ass between you and whoever else.
And then on the new album, he doesn't say the word.
Whether the weather is cold, whether the weather is warm, it's just to cover the phone.
Cole, come on.
Yesterday I was dropping trap music out on the blast. Took me back to a time when I was down in my lab. Was rapping T.I.P. rhymes.
We still trying to get this shit right and going properly. We literally lost like 30 minutes of footage, man. We was
The hardest chance.
talking about career and life and all that shit, but it's cool.
It's cool. We still got an infinite amount of
Shit to
Yeah.
tap into over time, you know?
depth, an infinite amount of chopping up to do.
You know, in my mind, these chops, these chats, the dopest thing with them would be to just have like a collection of your perspectives at these different stages of your life. So we do a few of these in our 20s, do some in our 30s. When we're like 70, our kids can listen to our chats now.
And then you can also
And
look
they can
back,
see the energy.
but you can also look back and
See
remember
the
where you
wavelength.
were, and kind of have that reminder that like I've matured, but I was always that guy. Dog.
It's a beautiful
You
thing.
know what I mean? I was always that guy.
I love this song, bro. It's one of my favorite songs on the album. It's probably my third favorite. Safety, I still love her. And then Quick Stop. This is Quick Stop.
The let outs.
Oh, the let
The
outs.
let out. Also that one that changes. Hit the gas slash something else.
Shit. That's when I like the passion, bro. This picture about this guy who's like struggling and like he held on to J. Cole for a long time and helped him keep it together, you know what I mean? But he's
Kicked
pushing
out of
live,
home.
bro.
Wait. Say. To eat. Some days I forget to pray. Some days I forget to hey.
To be the best, we're happy stepping at a strenuous pace. And you forget who you ain't.
It's real, dog. See in the studio, this nigga was
Before you know it, you're trapped inside the picture you paint. That's the thing about also how when you're working and accumulating things, you can trap yourself. You can trap yourself, bro. Because you
can
accumulate
become
certain
lost.
things. You get a car, you get an apartment, and you have to pay a rent every month. You get a phone that you have to pay for every month, and now you kind of
need
initially
your salary.
yeah, you're working for yourself to get these things, but now you kind of even if you want to leave your work, you can't because now you're working
You have a
to
bond.
pay those things,
But
bro.
this is where, you know that line in Fight Club? The things you own end up owning you. Because now you have to work for that thing.
Exactly. But the game where one has to be creative in how you navigate the game. It's getting to a place where you can have those things
Yes.
and not have them own you.
Because
And you can still
not
move
being
the way you
owned
want to move.
is not a call to not own anything. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean now you must be fucking
that's a
Mahatma
path.
Gandhi.
That's a path. I think Buddha would be more like Buddha.
Buddha, Gandhi.
Yeah, Gandhi probably.
And I think that's a dope path, not owning anything.
yeah,
so
some
you're forever
people
free.
can take that path, but you need to be
And
honest.
then there's owning things and being enslaved by them.
It's
So
on
new
that new
Brent.
Brent album, yeah.
Yeah. But then the highest level is being able to have shit and not being owned by it.
Yeah, and in
But
my
being the person who can accumulate
in
shit
my-
and
in-
being free as you accumulate
in my
it.
mind, if you're really like an intelligent, dope person who's in tune with reality, that you should be able to
Easily. Maybe not
like
easily. Easy is the wrong word.
You don't have to be like a recluse and not attain things. I think you should be able to climb and build a beautiful reality.
I think
and
that's a
have
reflection of being
dope
him.
Things
To be him.
exactly.
You get the dope things, you play the game of the world, and you enjoy this physical, sensual experience for what it is, but you're not trapped in it. But you can play it.
Existing in a physical body and playing this life game, even though you have your own essence and your spirituality that's infinite and beyond the physical, playing the physical game is part of it is enjoying these.
Yeah, but that's why
It's
you're
enjoying the satisfying of your physical urges.
that's why you're in a physical
And I think
body, is to
exactly
play the physical
the
game.
highest level of the game is knowing your infinite self and being in tune with that, but also be able to play the game physically.
But you see, the
Be able to
infinite
engage
self,
with the feminine and enjoy it. Be able to
infinite
make
self,
money, to me, is above all of that.
and by definition, if you tap into the infinite self,
You can get all of that.
all of this other stuff below it is also attainable.
It's attainable.
Yes. So tapping into the infinite self doesn't imply letting go of that. You know what I mean?
This chorus is for you, man.
I haven't
Looking
listened to
for
this
love
track.
in all the wrong places, my boy.
I'm not looking for love, my boy. Stop making assumptions. Kind of am, though, but not really. But yeah. It's whatever.
In the wrong place.
Yeah, we
gotta tap into new scenes, my man. Eh? Need to tap into new scenes and new spaces. But I didn't join a running club to meet babies.
But it's a
joined
good
running
space,
club.
apparently. Also, because who's in the running club? It's
but-
people who are conscious about their health. So it's already an indicator of people that are on some
certain-
kind of path of.
Yeah, and that's a
ordinance.
positive indicator.
It's a positive indicator.
positive indicator.
It's already filtering.
I didn't really join with the intention of
Yeah, of course.
meeting people, you know. But the point is, when you in spaces, you meet people. So you want to be in space where you meet the type of people that you think you might want to meet.
Also, what kind of space, in what kind of spaces is it most probable that you'll actually meet someone you
where
can
you
fall
gonna
in love
meet
with,
your wife?
who you can spend your life with?
Do you think? I mean, there's nothing wrong-
Probability-wise, you can meet them in the club.
There's nothing wrong with friends with the club.
Probability-wise,
We be in the club, but probability in terms of where you're gonna find
the one.
your wife, bro. Is it the club?
But your wife probably hits up the club too.
That's true, but that's okay.
The problem is, if 100 people hit up a club, probably one of them can be your wife.
Yes, but in a space
So
maybe
the probability is like,
where, okay, let's say a club, 5% likelihood of finding your wife. So maybe 5 out of 100 people would be criteria that you think would be okay to be your wife. You know,
yeah.
where would that become like 20%? Where would 20 of the 100 people be like on that level? Where would that be? That's the question.
So one, I think also career spaces, bro. I think that's already a better place.
That's a bar.
Career, people that are maybe not in your company but adjacent to your company. That career people you engage with through different, whether it's in the space, you're in an office with other companies and you
Yeah.
engage with other people, or like contractors or other companies you work with.
But me, I don't really socialize within the workspace at all. I socialize on just like a vibe level, you know. But I'm never really trying to pursue anything beyond like an enjoyable, casual / professional vibe.
Yeah, you're
you
not
know?
even filtering for your wife, bro.
Yeah.
But that's one. But two,
But that might be
things
limiting.
like yoga clubs. But
But I
activities.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just have to find the right spaces, man.
Where, bro? Also, I think going
But
to
I think it's
the
also
right
the
kind
type,
of vibes.
the type of
The right kind
not
of
necessarily
vibes.
the club, but like nice spots, bro.
Spots.
Nice spots.
Alternative sort of setup
Yeah,
that
street bars though.
Yeah. But places
Street bar,
that
altar bar, that's
that
happening.
attract
a certain
cool, open,
Chiggy.
chiggy people.
Yeah.
Cool is an energy. Cool is an energy, bro. You can't fake cool. You know, initially, you know, like cool, it's a wavelength, right? But there's people who are cool in high school. It's like ain't shit now. So what is cool actually? Like the cool that transcends being cool in a particular space, where it's cool high school, cool working world, cool as an adult.
Yeah, I think, but there's some people who are cool in high school who ain't shit now, but there's some people who are cool in high school and maybe a bit down on their luck now, but they still maintain that coolness.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's true.
There's an intrinsic, I think it's like an intrinsic,
And I think cool is intrinsic.
Cool is
But then what becomes the
the facade.
challenge is being cool and now moving in different spaces. Like no longer just cool in high school, but I can be corporate, I can be an engineer, I can be a successful
you can
career person.
evolve.
And be cool.
You can evolve and fit into
I
the
can
different
own a business and
social
be cool.
circumstances that you need to fit into for your life to progress
Dope.
in a dope way.
Yes.
And within all those circumstances, all those situations, you can be cool. So as you grow older from high school, maybe you go to uni and you do well and pass, but you're cool as fuck. Then maybe you go into the corporate world and work, and you can climb the ladder and make dope money,
but you're still cool. You don't lose that. You know?
Yeah.
But usually, what is it? The kind of trap of cool is that if you're cool too early, very cool. Although you've always been cool, but we're never like lost in the sauce. It's
You
like
never
that
have to chase. You never have to chase anything.
you lose an incentive to become someone, which is the danger. So you wanna be cool and like be okay with who you are, while keeping the drive and the incentive to actually become something.
But it's that life polarity of always being comfortable and happy with who you are, and knowing that where you are right now in the present moment, which is infinite, it's perfect in the way that it should be.
But there's always more.
Exactly.
Like more doesn't mean you don't have enough now. Paradox.
But for me, getting the more,
Paradox.
it's not even like getting more. It's just like it's your birthright to. I think it's your birthright to like create a dope
Not even
reality.
birthright. I think
So
it's
you
human nature
continuously
to want to expand.
Yeah.
It's not even like
I
nothing's
think
enough.
it's a birthright, bro.
It's not even like nothing's enough. It's that it's beautiful to always have more.
And create and
You know what I
expand.
mean?
Reality expands, you know.
But that's part of
Reality
the fun.
expands.
It's part of the fun.
Entropy, bro.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah.
It's part of the fun. It doesn't have to be a scarcity thing. I don't have enough. I need racks. It's
Thing
like
is-
this is part of the fun.
had
I
to
want
make it-
racks. I want fun.
You have to make it expand in a way that also grows with you. It's like the way we were trapping out in uni with what we had, with our black labels. We were living the best fucking life with our little LED lights in the room.
Yeah.
And then after uni, you take it to another level when you have a bit more money and you can curate spaces on a different level.
And then eventually you want to
Dope
get your
as
own
parties.
place.
Yeah.
You want to be able to fucking do a yacht thing. Like you want to take
Exactly.
it to that level. But it's the same
But-
energy of cool and curating space.
But
But
as
money
you
gives
grow,
you
you can
access to
do-
different elements.
You can do it at different levels.
at a bigger level, a
But
nicer
it's-
level.
I think the stuff that we do now, in my mind, I think like the feeling that we get from the things that we do now will be the same feeling we get from the things
the
that we
same
do in
feeling.
45.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
It's just
agree.
gonna be a different context.
That's why it's not a chase. It's not a chase. It's not like
State
it will
of
be
being.
better in 10 years.
The state of being is, excuse me, I think I burped a bit. I'm sorry about that. My goodness. But the state of being is you're not chasing, you're expanding.
Because why not?
Oh, let's talk about it, Clay. Just talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is Elaine.
Thames.
Remember her
I
on
don't know.
Thames? Yeah,
I don't know. It's one of
Thames.
these hands, bro.
Elaine was
it's
dope.
one of the
Elaine was
hands.
dope at Daisies.
I don't remember her, bro. I remember.
Didn't you watch her?
Yeah, I don't remember
she
though.
was
I
dope,
don't
bro.
remember.
I remember the main stage setup. You know, for those big acts, the way they set up that main stage, the
Boy.
lighting was ridiculous.
You know what I remember?
Hey, Reese.
Reese Lotanova.
Loads over pounds.
And
Fucking
Marcus Harvey.
performer. Marcus Harvey.
That guy's voice, Doug. He's a good
Talented.
performer.
Talented.
Lotanova
And he had a
was
live
just
band.
cool. Lotanova was cool. Reese was explosive, dog.
Energy was.
And you know the dope thing?
You felt it.
It was he wasn't just performing his songs.
Formed all the
It
greatest.
was but it wasn't
Collect
just
call.
the songs. It's
Collect
not
call.
like
The
the-
nigga pulled up collect call.
But it's not like the song is playing and Reese is there. He's adding a live element. He's actually present. He's adding twists. He's changing his tempo. He's raising his voice.
That's what
He's
you want
going.
from live
"Ah!"
performances.
He's like, yeah.
You don't just want like a
He's calling out
replica
the
of the song
crowd
that you hear.
You want a dope version of the song that's live, transformed into
But
a
it's
live
still-
thing. You can still sing along, but it's
Like,
like AKA at Kirsten Bosch
feel the
Gardens.
presence.
my boy. Yeah.
A few days ago, it was the 9th of February. I saw a memory on Instagram in my archive on this day, 5 years ago or something, when we went to Kirsten Bosch and we watched AKA live with Uzi.
The boy Uzi.
That's still the fucking best performance I've ever seen in my life.
Bro,
The live
sitting on the
band,
grass,
the auto-tune,
Kirsten Bosch Gardens,
Table Mountain,
green grass, stage, mountains behind, trees all around.
Kirsten
you.
Bosch. It's one of the most beautiful botanical
And on
gardens
the
in the world.
stage, you have the super mega. Did you have the band there?
He did. He did, bro. But it was after he broke up with
magical.
Master A Flat. So yeah.
But he's there, yeah, I love
Remember
it.
before that, like a year before that, we saw him at Shimmy Beach, him and Anati.
Anati, be careful what you wish for tour.
I'm glad he went to those things because now he's gone.
Exactly. There's no going to them now. I need to go to the old content and find those videos of Kirsten Bosch, bro. It was too nice, bro. That
too
guy's a
nice,
performer, bro. You know what I mean? He calls the crowd. Yeah, we need to know. The auto tune there is doing a lot.
That's why he's the GOAT.
The SA flag there, the mic. Ah, my boy.
Gone now, bruh. That's how you really just, as corny as it seems, The only moment that exists is the present. Infinity
Life is
exists
now.
in the present. So like the things you want to experience now and the things that you want to say to people now, the things that you want to embody now, you just gotta embody them now. Because there's no, you can't bank on the ability
Later.
to do it at a later stage. Because you might never get a later stage. We might, after this, bro, we might hop in the whip and get in an accident and die.
Like
could
beyond
happen.
the death, like later is also another moment. So when you get to later, it's
a
still
moment.
now.
Yeah, that's why the moments.
So if you can't do the
moment is all
now
that exists.
now, what makes you think you'll do the now thing later?
True.
You know what I mean? Because if your mentality is I'll do it later, then in that next now moment, you're still saying I'll do it later.
Because all you really experience. That's also this thing of like. In that book, man, that Seth book. Your presence, existing, acknowledging
Point
and
of
living in
power.
the presence is your point of power.
The now is your point
Because
of
the
power.
present is all that exists. So the present is like, it is infinite. Because that infinity exists in the present. So this is the only space where you can express what it is that you
always
are.
the only
This is
moment
it.
in which you're doing life.
This is it. So you gotta do it now.
Cause it's all about now, right now. No past, no future. Lex Luthor out.
Man's peak there.
The real ones know. The real ones know that little two-bar that we dropped. The real ones know that little two-bar. The real ones, man.
We just
The
check
real
if this shit is still on, man. We don't want to lose none of this shit.
Yo, we just cool in that Alta
It
bar,
is.
you know. It's a fucking, what's the day? Thursday.
It's not Alta Bar, Alpaca.
Alpaca. Hey, Alta's closed.
Alta Bar, we went
Alpaca.
online and said they're closing at 11. We got there quarter to 10 and they said they're closing at 10. Disappointed the fuck out of us, but
Motherfuckers.
here we are.
Nah, at least the energy's light, yo. It's grand.
Can I kick a young freestyle real quick? Kick a young one. Let's kick a young one, dog.
Hit it. Kick it off. Kick it off, player. Okay, let me kick it off.
Wait, I haven't done this in some years. Used to be in the freestyle circles every day on UCT main campus. Now I'm here with the fucking bro. We trying to get money, build and grow. Hop in, tell him something nice, my dog. I know you got it. You gon' hit him with the spice, my dog.
With the spice, you know I flow right. She took a left, I said let's go right. Check my neck, it's shining, that's ice. Baby girl, come here, time of your life. I show you what it is, I show you what you want. Fuck what I did, you know what I'm on. I know I broke your heart, but that was just once. I'ma eat it again still.
That was just once. We don't have to go back, girl. Live in the moment, not the past, just the present. That's all that exists. I hit her with the spiritual shit, then show her my rose quartz crystals. And before you know it, she opening up, thinking, damn, this nigga's deep. He's dope, he's woke. I'm playing, I don't do it for the games. It's really just how I be. I should put this shit on a CD.
We should put this shit on a CD. Every day I live, I'm just trying to be free. I am him, and him is M-E. M-A-T to the H to the E. My dog, you know what's real. Tell me how you feel, what you feel inside. That's all that matters. That's what's real, cause you can be acting, but if you don't feel good, it's not really good. No.
Stop acting, it's gotta be righteous. That's why nobody really moving like this. It comes from the soul. You see, it's from the old 3 lives past.
3 past lives, regressions. I was meditating, a deep session.
Deep session.
Saw myself in a war scene.
What?
Then I saw myself in a limousine. It was 1921 and it was 1683. How many lives I live, I don't know. This might be the last, cause I might just float when I die and go to heaven and ask why, cause I'm him. Right now, cause I'm him. Don't ask how.
It is what it is. It bees what it bees. The G's be the G's. The P's in the pop be the motherfucking P's. And the ones on the top gon' make you weep. I'm not in the zone right now, but I'm gonna stop. I need to get back to the zone and get hot. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it right there.
You killed it though. You killed it though. Got some moments there, man.
So good, big dog. You got your tonic. You got your tonic water. What the fuck is tonic water, dog? What are you drinking, man? You even know what you're drinking.
That's Fanta orange. Okay, Fanta orange, you know it's the orange. Tonic
Yeah,
water is probably
exactly.
I don't know. It's probably some fruit, bro.
It's got some. It's got like a bitter lemony type of vibe to it.
It's probably not fruit, bro.
I think it's just a concoction someone literally put together a concoction. Give a name to it. It's like these Habli favors. Fucking lady killer, bro.
Blue mix.
Oh fuck is lady killer, bro? Blue mix.
Nigga tasted that shit. He's like, yo, this tastes blue. What makes you call it taste blue? It's like, yo, this shit tastes like it's blue.
We outside, baby. We at street bar right now. It's a bit of life today, you know. Seems like there's a games night here. They got a bunch of games out, 30 seconds and shit, you know.
Better life for a Thursday.
Yeah, it is a live for Thursday. Let's pull up here for the games night sometime. See the energy with people, though. It's like a
Check
group
it
of
on the
people.
gram and you can see. Maybe they do it every Thursday.
Possibly. Might be a thing.
Might be.
Because it makes sense. It'll also get people to like come and have fun on Thursday. Because relative to the
is
other
not a
places you
peak
came,
night.
relative to the other places we went to, it's either they closed or they're just not as busy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess to also make it appealing as a weeknight thing, put something, you know? Games night.
The pipe is good, the weather's good, the scene is nice. Let's talk about it, dog.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
You the current affairs brood, dog.
and what's happening right now.
Current affairs and politics.
Yeah, I've
and
just
shit.
been over the past few days. I've been getting my setup right. Crazy, I'm putting together that studio at home, bro. That's like a
content level.
yeah. That's
The
been taking a
strategy
lot
level.
of. It's been taking a lot of my energy, man.
The boy fancies himself to be a strategy expert, dude.
Strategist, you know.
Business strategy.
I've worked in
dude.
the strategy space for some time. I have a bit of a brain, so I think I
you're
could,
a smart dude.
I could move within the space, you know, and just trying to kind of create a vehicle for me to move within the space as me.
As an independent entity.
Yeah.
Your brand, your shit.
Talk to me in 6 months to a year, and we'll see if that has
What you
worked.
doing, man? You a smart guy.
If it doesn't
Smart
work,
guy.
if it doesn't work, I'll be back to work, man. Back
Yeah,
to work,
but-
work for someone for some time,
But
and
if
use
it
that as a
doesn't
foundation to
work-
do more.
It's not that it didn't. It's just, yeah. It's not like a lost cause. It's not like energy's wasted, you know.
Yeah, man. To me, it always works. You know what I mean?
Real
To
shit.
me, it always works, man. To me, it always works.
It's a bit hot, man.
What have you tapped into there at Rustenburg? She's staying in Rustenburg now. What's the motion there, bro?
Ah, dog. What you mean? What's the motion? It's just the lifestyle, dog. You know.
It's just a lifestyle.
Setting up the place. How do I live is the question.
Okay.
It's
Such
not
as,
like
it's just a lifestyle. Like, what lifestyle, nigga?
no. I mean, it's
saying
about
you're
how
setting
I
up your
live.
lifestyle.
Just setting up my place. That's one thing. And then trying to build like a social circle. That's what I want to build. You know what I mean? And that's its own process. Because I gotta find people I resonate with, bro. Which is not just a given. I mean, I meet people when I'm out, but not everyone is like someone that is like, yo, let's chill. You know?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
feel you. It's a different,
you know what I mean?
a different flag. You didn't grow up there. You don't know anyone there.
Yeah, but it's
not really
it's
tapped in
got
like
nice
that.
spots, bro.
Yeah.
And I like it's dynamic, you know. It's like Joburg. There's the nice, chilled, bouginyana spots, and then there's also the hood,
Which is its own
dope,
type of
and
energy.
that's dope too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
dope too.
Yeah.
I need to tap in, bro. I'm literally, like I said, like because it's not a place where I went to school in or we grew up in. I went to school in or I grew up in.
You gotta
So there
consciously
isn't a circle that
create.
exists.
You gotta consciously tap into that
Starting
yourself.
from zero,
Find that.
bro.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull up to Durban in June, my boy.
Oh, for the I don't want I don't have the rag, my boy. I'm sorry.
Hey, you don't
bro.
have to. I'm asking, Flair.
I'm sorry. God.
It's okay. It's okay.
You know the lack is limited, boy.
Yeah, I know. That's fully
That
understandable.
rag must go to us camping, my boy. And I come
That's
to tickets
valid.
for J. Cole. Give
you
me a
got
ticket,
him.
my boy.
Nah, shout out.
Yeah, cause bro,
Yeah, shout out.
the price spent for me buying 2 tickets to buy one, there's more value to that than me saving buying 1 ticket and going alone.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
So I cop 2. I
How
got
much? How
you
much
one,
is this
bro.
step? How much? is
1.4.
Okay.
No,
Hey.
1.2 each.
Started-
1.2.
started
I think
a
the
bit-
cheapest was 995.
Okay.
But then I wanted ones that are closer. So I
Was
bought
a bit
1.2.
closer.
1.2, I paid 2.4.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Shout out,
That's
man.
what, my boy. Yeah.
We ain't putting that in.
Bitch
We ain't putting that in, dog. We gotta let him into that. You know? Shit,
Gotta know who getting the bacon in this bitch.
Nah.
Who bringing home the bacon?
I've been getting the biggest bag for a minute, dog.
Yeah, this
I've been
nigga
getting a
more
very
than me,
solid
man.
bag for a minute.
Consulting,
But I left my work so I could study, number one, and then build a different type of foundation and pursue a different path, you know?
Yeah, also
It's
because
a-
the
it's
work
a-
was a lot.
It's a very conscious and strategic maneuver. It's a very conscious and strategic maneuver which has its risks, you know?
How are you? Wonderful. Can I get the tongue for the cold?
You'd like to do it yourself?
Yes, please.
Sometimes you gotta take it out, sometimes you gotta put it in, you know?
You gotta play with it a bit,
It's
you
a
know?
balancing act.
Okay, I'll get those for you.
Please, thank you.
Please. Yeah, I mean, I know your bag was heavier than mine, dog. You know what I mean?
So don't you ever talk to me like I'm some
heavier
little
than mine
nigga.
because it's a consulting bag, and I think the starting
Yeah, but
salary
also
is
your salary has benefits, bro.
yeah,
Proper
mine
benefits.
are benefits.
We don't have any
Only real benefits retirement annuity.
Yeah, but that retirement annuity is a proper benefit. And medical aid. Didn't you have medical aid?
Nah. I think there's some hospital shit, but not medical aid. I was paying my own, bro. I don't even have one now. I cut that shit.
I never got medical aid.
I don't have fucking funds for
I
that,
never got
bro.
medical aid.
Once I started paying rent, I said, fuck this, bro. My medical aid, I perceive the supplements I take, this money I spend on diet, the daily exercise I do, daily meditations, that is my medical aid, bro. That's my medical aid.
Also the investment in learning about your
Yes.
health and reality.
That's my
and
medical
learning how to
aid.
create a sustainable reality.
And if there's a time where I'm going to rely on that as medical aid, it's younger. It's now, when I'm young. When I'm
But that
older, I
also
become more fragile, sharp. The risk to reward
Excuse me.
ratio becomes, as you get older, it becomes more and more reasonable to get medical aid.
But that also speaks to excuse me. That also just speaks to the modern dynamic, bro. How as a person in your 20s, having medical aid is actually like it's a privilege, you know what I mean? Being in a position where your salary allows
that,
you to
without it being uncomfortable.
get a spot,
a place,
get a
yeah,
whip,
yeah.
and have medical aid, and have a decent amount of
Disposable income.
income that you can use on
Dope.
your shit.
Yeah, and hit the club up here and there.
That's not like it's not,
Not
a
a
given
given,
these
bro.
days, bro.
It's not, and that's kind of messed up. Yeah, someone of. Thank you very much.
You'd like to do it yourself?
I have a hobby at home. Like
Okay.
I know how this works.
Hey,
Yeah.
I could set a better hobby than this. I could set a better hobby than this. I'm joking. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, the brew.
The
brew.
flavor's it's a bit high.
The brew wasn't feeling the pipe. He said, "Hey, yo." He told the waiters, "Yo, bring the fucking tongs here. Let me do this shit myself."
Yeah, but the flavor's a bit too high. This is what it is when you become a bit of an expert.
Burning.
No, I'll close this. Can I just? I can't keep the tongs. Aye. Nah. I'm cooling it down.
But
I guess no. We don't need more. Okay, but I'm gonna need that again when I wanna put it on.
if that's okay,
Okay.
yeah, please.
Next time I'll come with my own tongs. don't
Thank you,
I?
thank you.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful.
Once.
That might be the solution.
Honestly, and it must look different today. Then it's all dope. But yeah, man, I genuinely, like in the reality, 27-year-old guy, as I don't like sounding
Tell him my age,
braggadocious,
but you telling him too much.
but
I'm
like
joking, I'm
as
joking.
intelligent as me, and with as much integrity as me, with as much self-doubt and like with the ability to communicate like I do, with my leadership skills, bro. I don't think in a proper reality that money should be a question for me.
Yeah, in a well-functioning society,
well-functioning
where there isn't a
society. But it is what it
scarcity-
is now.
Yeah, where there isn't
And
also
it's
like,
not like I'm suffering. I'm not suffering.
in a well-functioning society where there isn't like a scarcity of employment and so on.
Yeah.
That if you're generally a certain level of smart and focused and kind of
You're gonna be good.
go by the book and go to school, you should be good.
But that's not how it is right now.
Yeah,
And
that-
that's just what it is.
But that's
it's
also-
not like I'm suffering. So
Yeah, I know
I
what
want to
you
put that out there.
But that's kind of also what it is globally. The promise of like a solid, sustainable life if you go to school and get a good degree, it's not as much of a given anymore. You know what I mean?
The system is changing. It used to be you follow the system, you'll be good, and you'll be able to buy a house, raise kids, have a wife, sufficient on one salary. Not anymore, my dog.
And now you need 2 salaries. Well, you don't need 2 salaries. Either you need to be like a baller on a high level, which is very far outside of the mean or the average. You know, you kind of need to be an outlier if you're gonna be living a very comfortable lifestyle and have a wife that doesn't need to work. You need to be an outlier.
You need to be an
You need to be
outlier.
an
You can't
outlier.
do that as an average guy, just middle class. It's gonna be hard if you want to
Nah, not
live the way I want to live.
Not in this day and age,
If
man.
you want to live the way I want to live, I want to
Yeah.
live nice, suburban. You know what I mean? Like comfortable.
Yeah.
If you want to live like that,
Yeah, and I guess these days, just a 2-salaried home is just, it's kind of the standard that's demanded because also there's more people in the workplace. Now that women also in the workplace, the salaries back in the days
relatively lower.
are relatively lower because there's more people in the work.
workforce.
Yeah, there's more people in the workforce.
Yeah.
So back in the days, because there was only men in the workforce, a man's salary was basically a salary of a man and a woman and could sustain a household.
Yes. So
But
the
now
man
we're
could
all
be
in the
provider
workforce.
one way.
So there's a lot more supply of labor.
Yeah.
So what you get paid is
That
less.
sucks as a brood because you can't hold it down like that anymore. It's harder. But it's dope because now women don't have to depend on a guy.
Yeah, and they have the
So,
independence.
two sides
But
to
it's
the
just
story.
two sides to the story. It is a beautiful thing. But it just becomes
It's better than what existed before.
it becomes
All in all.
tricky when the expectation of the masculine
That you still
is
provide.
still grounded in the patriarchal concepts, quote unquote. I don't really like that word, but quote unquote the patriarchal concepts that as the man you should lead and provide. You know? But I think the model now it's more middle ground where
Yeah,
leadership and
it's
provision
transferring.
it's not as solely based in money. It can be, but I think it's a lot. It has to as the modern man. Your idea of provision and leadership in a relationship, it's got to extend far beyond money.
It has
'Cause
to
you
be more
can't-
than money.
Yeah, because the average man can't lean on just
But in
providing
the
through
past,
money.
you could lean on the money and
You
that
could.
becomes your leverage to I'm a man. Like it's your manness. But now it's not. I
but-
mean, it's not.
And that's
It's not.
arguably
Which means now you need to tap into the essence of being a
it's
man.
definitely it's better for women because it's the opportunity for them to be independent without depending on men
And not to be exploited.
and not to be exploited.
If men were the means to the money of the household, as it was in the past, if a guy's a shit guy, you're relying on someone to be a
Yeah,
good person.
back in the days, women couldn't open banks. Women couldn't vote in America until like the 50s.
and they
bro, you know
barely
what I mean?
they couldn't work in some
Yeah.
industries. They barely worked. So you're making good progress, but it's hard for a guy, man. You know?
Yeah, but
it's
it's just,
hard.
I think it just. Yeah, that you can. Which one?
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
You can take that one.
But it just speaks to also the evolution of the idea of masculinity and what it means to be a man in the modern day and age.
What do you think it means?
It's no longer about just the bag. I think
But I think it was never
no longer
about just the bag. It was the bag was like an external manifestation.
it was a low-hanging fruit.
low-hanging fruit of what masculine energy is. And because society was set up in a way where the man was the one who could get the bag, then that became a cop, not a cop out, but an easy way to assert masculinity.
Yeah.
Society facilitated men being men. It was
And it
because
was
you could get
easy.
the bag.
It
But
was
now
a lot
society
easier for men
doesn't
to be men.
facilitate your masculine.
Yeah.
But
But
you
I
need
think
to tap into the spirit of masculine.
and I think that calls on like a higher level of masculine where you don't lean on things. You can get your
Forces
money
a
and
guy
get
to
your bag,
evolve.
but you can't lean on money to have a woman engage with you in a way where she respects you and accepts you as quote unquote the man in the relationship.
man.
Bro. It's gotta be more than your money. It's gotta be how you show up as a person, how sociable you are. You know what I mean?
But I think all in all, the
Different
essence of
types of traits.
masculinity, I think, in my current perspective, based on the information consumed, books I've read, different people and mentors I listen to, it has to do fundamentally with leadership. Leadership and doing in the world.
yeah.
Like being a man is an ability to know what's up and move things in a particular direction. Like they say, men build the world, women live in it. In a sense, not entirely true, but for me, what that means is that a guy is a leader, bro. Like you bring leadership, even in
Yeah,
a,
that-
in a
that-
two
that-
parent,
that-
in a two income household.
Yeah.
What masculine essence is when we're now feeding into I'm the man and you're the woman here. It's about leading, and leading doesn't mean I make all the decisions,
But that's-
it's energetic.
I
bro.
think that's the extreme perspective of the masculine and feminine. So like a very masculine person with a very feminine person, naturally, these are just discussions. You know what I mean? These are perspectives. Might be wrong, might be right. We're learning.
Playing
But
with
naturally,
ideas, we're
at an
thinking.
extreme level, the man leads and the woman kind of is the homemaker in a sense and supports the man on their journey.
Yeah.
But these days also because of the freedom that women have to also express themselves and lead their
In the
own
workplace.
realities, it's no longer as it's no
I
longer
think it's
there
still
isn't
about leadership, bro.
there isn't
I
a
just think it manifests in a different way.
It manifests
Your
in a different
leadership
way.
is no longer about having the money that facilitates your leadership. Your leadership is about your state of being.
And maybe this
as
is
a
also-
man, like
this
as when
is
you
also-
walk into the room, do you know yourself?
this is also a question that we must pose to women. You know what I mean? Like, in your mind, what is woman's idea of like a masculine man? Do you, even though you don't, even though we live in a society where, you know, you can earn money and your man can earn money and you can still split things 50-50 and stuff like that, maybe in terms of household expenses and stuff like that,
Money.
in your mind is, for women, the question to women, in your mind, is the idea of a man still like the person who leads the household? Does
Yeah.
that still ring true in this modern
But
day
I
and
think
age?
now these are ideas. I might be wrong, and people are free
That's a
to
question.
comment.
Yeah, but
my
that's
idea
why I'm
is
putting
like,
the question out there.
as a woman, you're leading at workshop, you're doing the things, you're earning the same amount as your man or more than your man. But when you
Yeah.
get in the house, you're no longer in the workplace. What makes you feel like I can tap into my feminine here? I'm assuming that for the woman to be like, I can be a woman here in the household, tap into the feminine.
Yeah.
She has to have a man who can tap into his masculine.
Yeah.
And for me, what that means is a man who can lead so that she can be. Not submit. Submit is one of the words we can use, but that one tends to have not the right connotations.
Yeah, I feel you.
But she can be led, bro. She can be led.
Yeah, and from my experience in this reality, I think a lot of women want that. They kind of want to know.
They definitely want that.
They want to know that they have someone that
But
they can kind
bro-
of lean on and trust to lead. And that doesn't mean leadership. The thing is, also the idea of leadership is it's corrupted. It's corrupted in the male and female dynamic because people think of a man leading as controlling.
and it becomes toxic.
Doesn't
yeah,
mean
but
you
a
control.
true leader doesn't dominate.
Exactly.
A true leader doesn't say, I know everything, I make all the decisions.
And maybe-
true leadership is, it's how you show up.
Yeah.
And you lead in a way where you can take, like, opinions. You know what I mean? Leadership doesn't mean there's no discussion in this household.
There's discussion, there's understanding, and there's a certain level of consensus. But there's also respect for your position as the leader. But as the leader, you're not leading for yourself.
But
What should the masculine be? And I think this is also, when we speak about this, I always also like to pose the question to women to get their perspective. Because I've also worked in workplaces
I agree.
where I know very independent women who are making a lot more money than most guys in the age group. And they find it hard to find a compatible man who they can respect as a man.
Yeah.
Because
you can't use your money now as a guy.
yeah, exactly.
Your money is not your leverage.
So the
to
question
masculinity.
is,
What is it?
what would they define a man to be? And my prediction would be it would be along the lines of what we're saying, as someone who can lead without controlling and provides them with a safe space to be a woman. And also,
lay
the
back.
woman wants to be able to provide a man with leadership and
the
masculine
space to be a
qualities with the
man.
space to be a man. And that's like, in my mind, that's the dance. And maybe this is also just my perspective. That's the type of dance I want in my reality.
Without a
That's the
doubt.
type of dance I think I'd enjoy, you know?
In terms of you being the man and her being the woman.
Yeah, that's the type of dance I'd enjoy.
Fully.
And the hope is that one finds someone who you can engage in that dance with. And the guarantee of finding someone who you can engage in that dance with is it's not guaranteed. And the point is, if you don't force anyone into that dance.
But
That's what's important.
the
You never
emphasis
force
about that
anyone
dance
into a
is to
dance.
say, for someone to be my woman or to be a woman that I want to be with doesn't mean they forfeit their ability to lead. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Being a real
Yes.
leader as a man doesn't mean you require someone to quote unquote submit entirely.
Yeah, but
So-
that's also like leadership in the workplace.
everywhere, life.
In the workplace, you never
In
really
life.
want to be told what to do and be made subordinate to someone.
But you want to be
It has to
led.
be collaborative.
You want to be led.
Yes, the leader needs to lead, but it's got to be collaborative and understanding in a way that respects your integrity as an
and
individual,
your leadership at your level.
and your dignity.
Yeah, real shit.
Real shit. I
Real
think we
shit.
chopped that up. I think we chopped that up.
Chop
We chopped that up.
We chop that one up. Chop that one up. Chop that up. And on the masculine shit, there's
Don't
a book,
cancel
The Way
us,
of the
man.
Superior
Don't
Man.
get, these are real perspectives and thoughts that we're airing out, also with the intention of documenting these perspectives, but actually having a conversation. And at any point where people think things might be out of order, feel free to point that out. That's allowed. You know
But
what I mean?
the point
All
is,
human beings who are learning.
we're genuinely trying to explore and answer these questions. So it's not coming from
Genuinely.
a place of I know what this is how it should be.
Yeah.
But it's from a place of being a person
And our
who's
perspectives
actually trying
might be
to
limited
know.
and flawed. But the only way that we move from flawed, limited perspectives to more integrated and understanding perspectives that understand nuances
engaging
of
with
both
information.
sides.
You need
engage
to
with
play with
information. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true.
And like I was, Way of the Superior Man. Yo, gents, that's a book. The Way of the Superior Man by David Data.
I read that twice.
As
I've
a
listened to
brood-
that audiobook like twice also.
Yeah, I also got the first.
It's fire.
As a brewer, if you're trying to be a transcendent man, like transcendent, like
Beyond transactional money and like the surface level ideas of masculinity or not being a man is.
that book is powerful.
It is powerful.
I'd recommend that, bro. I'd recommend that.
Way of the Superior Man. Tap in. That's some shit. That's some shit. I think it's important for Bruce to tap into those types of things because also the just to help define and help people like stand in the idea of
And
what
help you-
they are as a person.
And help you on your own journey of because you need to define this thing in your mind for yourself. You know what I mean? And to do that, you need help, bro.
That's true.
Perspectives from people who've come before you but have also embodied a higher level of masculinity. People who've been the blue shit.
Shout out,
Thanks,
shout out,
brother.
man.
They dancing,
It's the vibe,
they're
it's the
alive.
vibe, you know?
God, but it's doing something, man. It's dance.
It's a wavelength. Shout out.
Niggas funny in vocês.
Ah ouais. They don't have.
Shout out, man.
Oh yeah, brother. I have
What's
no
up?
idea, man. I'd ask him, bro. That's why,
Man, it's on a level, eh?
It's on the level. The problem is a level that can also be dope.
That's not here.
Yeah.
That's when it all.
Hey.
So when you're a bit late, as soon as he dropped the class, it's like, yes, you fucked it up now, you know.
Yeah, but you gotta stay in your element. You can't let it
Can't let it derail you.
Because now it's like, okay, he is lit. You can't submit to that, you know? You can't submit to that. Let me check this thing.
You wanna put that call on? You playing that Excuse Me Miss? Classic Jay-Z and Pharrell. Love this shit. Let me also stand up, man. Think I wanna stand up, player.
You ain't even gotta do the dishes, got 2 dishwashers, got
Another
one
shot.
chef,
We both be in the
one maid.
shot.
Yeah. Shit, man.
Oh man.
You know,
The eternal question of the masculine and the feminine. It's actually a conversation I'd have a lot in the office. Also with a lot of the women in the office to understand their perspective, you know.
You work also with a lot of people that are your peers, no?
I worked with a lot of very like
People you can
dope,
chat with.
intelligent women who are winning in life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the conversation
Who's
was
their guy? Who's the guy to them?
it was from what I saw, and you have to ask them to understand, but there was always the articulation of the fact that the hypergamy is still a thing, you know, like the idea that women mate on the same social level and above, and men are open to mating on the same social level and below. That's still, to me, I think it still rang true, where there was still a desire for someone who they could look up to
That
a certain
hypergamy is not
extent.
just money. Now,
It's
money
not just
helps
money.
enforce hypergamy in
Yeah.
terms of putting you above in the hierarchy. It's an easy way, but your sexual marketplace.
Yeah, but I
value,
think-
if you know yourself,
I think also for society, bro. For society, it's actually good that the idea of masculinity and what it means to be a man has moved beyond just being able to provide a bag, you know.
for sure,
it's good
bro.
for everyone,
It
bro.
also forces you as a guy to now tap into a deeper essence. You have to become a deeper person, bro.
A
you
deeper
can't
person.
rely on your money.
You need to be able to
Your
hold
personality
space
has to be
beyond
more
just
than
the
your
money
bag.
that you're throwing. Yeah.
So it forces self-development. You need to grow, bro.
You gotta be
You
dope.
know what I mean?
You gotta be dope. You need to be empathetic. You need to be understanding, and leverage
Cool.
leverage
And-
those understandings so that you can, or channel your masculinity through that, so you can lead with that level of empathy. You know what I mean? It's like the idea that at the highest level of masculinity, you can cry.
Yes.
You can be vulnerable. You know
But
what
your
I mean?
crying and your vulnerability, it's not weak. It reinforces your strength.
Yes,
It becomes an
It's not from a
expression.
place of weakness. It's
It
actually from a
becomes
place of
it's not
supreme strength.
oh, I feel I'm weak. It's like, yo, I'm going through situation, I'm crying, but you're strong enough to do that.
But regardless of, even though that's a thing, and part of the highest level of masculinity is being able to be vulnerable. I still don't think you can cry in front of your woman. I still don't think that's, even though
I think it takes a higher level of. You have to be the highest level of man to do that, and for it to work. If you're on that level where you crying actually doesn't tilt the male-female balance in your relationship, it doesn't feminize you, and that takes another level of masculinity. So to play it safe, a good rule of thumb is just don't cry in front of your. I think. And look, the woman will probably say, no, that doesn't matter, but bro.
I think crying, crying in front of your girl, in front of your woman, I think it's just
It's risky business. It's risky
I think
business. It puts the dynamic in question.
Yeah, it puts the dynamic in question. It also just communicates like you don't have your shit together. And when you're playing the role of like the man who is being perceived as someone who can be the leader, if you're crying and breaking apart, it's like the pilot saying, "Oh shit, we're fucked, we're fucked." It's
And
like
you don't want your pilot to
you
say
don't
we're
want to
fucked,
fucking
bro.
hear that, you know.
It's like, dude,
And that's
get it together.
That's not to say you're
Figure
the
it out, my
pilot.
nigga.
That's not to say you're the pilot in your woman's life, but you kind of are the pilot in your home.
in the reality of being the masculine in a space.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm meant to make your love cry. I apologize a trillion times. You know another balance. I always had this. I've written some things because I always wanted to do maybe a thing where I talk and the topic is pondering paradox. And I just talk about paradoxical topics.
Because a lot of things are
And
paradoxical.
how you like have to be both at the same time.
Yeah.
But another one,
Pondering paradox.
maybe
That's
this is not a
that's a
pondering
fire.
paradox, you know, alliteration. But
That's a fire.
Another thing I've been thinking
Title.
about, maybe it's not a paradox, but this thing of like part of my life efforts has always been to like be a smart, solid, put together individual who can move in the world, move in corporate,
And be cool as fuck.
move in professional spaces,
And be cool as
and
fuck.
be cool, bro.
I know that.